why do you define alcohol as a drug, and what does it do to the brain, right?
Well, that is a very interesting question because, of course, actually, until I got sacked for saying alcohol was a drug, the government said it wasn't a drug; it was a drink, it was a
Yeah,
it was a
correct.
lifestyle choice.
Yeah.
But and people just pretended it wasn't a drug. But obviously, it's a drug. I mean, because what is a drug? Well, a drug is something which you put into a physiological system, otherwise known as a body, and it produces physiological changes. And that's clearly what alcohol does. Otherwise, you wouldn't use it at all. Yeah. So if we're thinking, I mean, alcohol is a drug. It's not just a drug on the brain, which we would call a psychoactive drug. It's
Mm,
also a drug on the liver because it's a toxic drug. It damages the liver. It damages the heart. So it's a drug that has a lot of negative effects. In fact, you could never license alcohol as a drug because it's far too
mm,
toxic. But
mm,
historically, it's been used for tens of thousands of years. So it's kind of escaped in general, escaped the censor that modern drugs would have. Of course, not completely. I mean, there was a period 100 years or so ago when the US and the Swedes and the Finns and the Norwegians, they went through the temperance movements there, got alcohol banned
mhm,
because they said it was definitely a drug, and it was. And actually, one of the main reasons for the alcohol prohibition, the temperance movement was very concerned about the damage that alcohol did to families. That was
oh,
the
is it?
real driver.
Hmm.
But of course, the ban revealed several things. It revealed the fact that people like alcohol, and people
Mm,
were prepared to break the law to get alcohol.
mm,
It was very corrupting. There were these things called speakeasies, underground bars, illegal bars in America.
mhm,
Policeman outside was being paid off all the time, so that every policeman in America was corrupted by prohibition, and that's
mhm,
why they had to bring in a new agency, which we now call the Drug Enforcement Agency. It was called the Federal Bureau of Narcotics then, a separate army of
mhm,
people to try to control
mm,
illegal alcohol trafficking. They didn't
mm.
succeed. There was an awful lot of deaths, but they still exist now. And of course, one of the reasons we have a war on drugs in America is because there's an army called the DEA to fight that war.